What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video it is going to be a trade recap on today's trade on NQ. We ended up taking the dub today. Oh, not NQ, sorry, SMP or MES, whatever you want to call it. ES, SMP, same thing, right? I ended up taking a trade today for buys on the S&P, and as well I ended up taking a trade on NQ as well. One break even and one dub. So let's go ahead and get started on these trades. All right, so the first trades that I want to get into, it is going to be on NQ. I'm going to show you the basically my thought process on this trade, why I took it, and all that stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and back up here. Okay, so we go to the daily time frame. As you guys know, or if you guys trade, we are bullish. We are on all-time highs. Whenever we are on all-time highs, we always want to click buy. Not always, but in this case we are all-time highs, so I decided to go for buys. Reason being why, because we're bullish overall. We're on all-time highs. You don't really want to go against the trend. Let's go to the 4-hour. As you guys can see, we are very much bullish. We didn't have a break of structure. We didn't have anything to tell us that we are going to go for sales, right? So if we scale down to the lower time frames, right? I don't know why it's taking forever, but if we scale down to the lower time frames, okay, there we go. We do have a 5-minute zone, which is going to be right here. Okay, so right here we do have this 5-minute zone. Oh, sorry. Did I not back? Did I not hit replay? Did I not hit replay? What the hell? Alright. We're overall much bullish. I literally hit replay. I don't know why. Okay, so right here we do have this 15-minute zone right here on the NQ. We have a 15-minute demand zone, and as well as well, we didn't have a 5-minute demand zone, but we do have a high probability demand zone, right? We have that gap in between. We have basically, we're bullish overall. We're on all-time highs. There's no confirmation or no break of structure for me to indicate that we're gonna go for sales, right? So we have right here a 15-minute demand zone, which got tapped into beautifully right here. I was waiting for a break of the candle, so once I enter this trade, it would be from a break of the candle. Take profit would be above this high, which ended up did happening right here. As you guys can see, we basically broke the candle, the previous candle, and so that's when I entered the trade. Did not get the take profit hit. I was floating around $130 to $140, which, you know, I could have exited out the trade because I was only risking around $90 on this trade. So I was like around at 1.5 RR. Yeah, 1.5. Decided not to get out just because I wanted to stay true to my gut that I really were going to hit this take profit. Okay. Did not end up happening. I had gotten break even just before this happened right here. So I did get out at break even. But if I would have held this trade, which I did wanted to, I'm so glad I didn't. I would have been stopped out. Someone would have got disrespected and all that, right? So basically what NQ did do, right, we did have a push to the upside, right, but we didn't take out the high. So what NQ did do was we basically swept Asia sessions low, and then from there we decided to push up, and then we took out the high, right? So basically it grabbed Asia sessions low, basically took out London's, well, New York already had taken out London's low, but Asia session hasn't gotten taken out, right? So on London at 7:45, London's low did got swept. At 9:30, that is when Asia sessions low got swept, and then that is when we started to go back up to the upside, taking out New York's high, continuing to go more all-time high, right? So now let's go ahead and go to the second setup, which is going to be SPY. Bro, this shit fucking fell. Alright, so this is the trade right here, right? As you guys can see, me personally, I wanted NQ to play out just because it looked really good. but I decided to trade the S&P. So this is basically the trade right here, right? Basically a quick scalp 101 hit. It is what it is. I wanted to catch more, but fortunately not. I just wanted to take out the high, break even, and then it started stalling, so I decided to get out at that 101. So let's go ahead and get straight into this setup, right? So as you guys know, we're all-time high, right? Basically same analysis as the NQ. At the I'm gonna just call it ES. ES is the lead indicator. So basically what ES does, NQ is going to do. So basically that is why I decided to just go for the S&P, right? So NQ was moving a little bit more volatile. It was moving a little bit more fast paced, but S&P did have a setup for me. I didn't want to take a breakout, a 13 EMA breakout on NQ, which I could have taken right here at 935, but decided not to take it just because I was already on the SPY trade. The SPY trade looked pretty good, so I was like, okay, might take that. If this SPY trade ended up losing, I would have been all the way down here. Sorry, what am I saying? If this SPY trade ended up losing, I would have traded from this zone right here. If this zone did get respected, I would have entered a second trade over here, because I did have two zones. I had this 15-minute zone right here, demand zone, right? Look at that, beautiful push to the upside. We're bullish, higher time frames, gap in between, beautiful, high probability, right? Go to the 5-minute. We also have another zone right here. We have a push to the upside, right? Have a gap in between, and as you guys can see, as soon as it tapped into it, got a candle, got a break of the candle, entry, stop loss under this low of the candle, and then boom, as you guys can see, we hit take profit for a 101. And yeah, I wanted to go for more, but sadly I didn't, just because the S&P was stalling. NQ, before it dumped, it was stalling as well, right? So if we go to the MNQ, if we go to the 1 minute, let me back this up, right? If we go to the NQ, as you guys can see, we were consolidating. We were consolidating for a bit, and then that's when we started dumping. So we were consolidating for 5 minutes, right? 10 minutes, right? As you guys can see, didn't want to exit, then boom, stopped that at break even. So I didn't want the same thing to happen on the S&P over here. And then we hit take profit, and then it did go a little bit more higher, but not as much. That's literally it. If I wouldn't have held, I would have not even hit a 1 or 2. So, but yeah, decided to just exit out the trade at a 101. Didn't want to risk basically me ended up either being break even or losing the trade, so I decided to just leave it at 101 just because it was stalling. But it is what it is. NQ, honestly, I would prefer NQ trade over this trade, but I mean, we made money, so I mean, does it really, you know, they were both good setups. But me personally, I liked NQ more. But yeah. So yeah, it was a good day today. I made $115 today. Got a 101, just 115. But yeah, on the NQ trade, I was risking $90. If I would have take profit, I would have made around 180. So I would have caught a 1 or 2 RR on that. But gold didn't do anything. Gold was just basically looking like a fucking meme coin, just pumping. But yeah, gold didn't even bother looking at that. NQ was good. S&P was good. So today was a good day. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys join the Discord, completely free down below. But yeah, make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Se meten los de las capuchas, andan bien truchas.